All right, welcome everybody to the Movement Presents Night at the Round Table. This is round six. I'm joined with Bernard of the Truth and Facts About Boxing. What's going on, man?
What's good, fam? How you doing today?
I'm all right, man. Glad to be doing this again. We haven't done one in, a couple weeks as far as Night at the Round Table. But we got a couple of big fights this week, so figure it's time to do another one. We got some interesting early week topics as well to go over. That's pretty have some pretty good effects on boxing. Um, I guess we're gonna be starting off with the whole Gervonta Davis, Tevin Farmer beef. They've been going back and forth on social media again. There's
Yep.
the clarity to their situation now. Um, you know, Before Gervonta was saying he need to fight somebody and pretty much he got to make up for them losses or do something to get himself in position for a title fight.
Yeah.
Well, the IBF basically said we gonna make everybody they Huckleberry. Um, uh, they got Tevin Farmer taking on Billy Dib in the title eliminator, even though that's not necessarily their order and rankings, but the IBF ordered it nevertheless. They see some potential and money in this fight, and they said we gonna make this shit happen. So, let me get your thoughts on this as far as that title eliminator being announced between Tevin Farmer and Billy Dib to take on Gervonta Tank Davis.
First and foremost, I think it's a smart move by the IBF. It's a great move for Tevin Farmer. During the during the Tank Davis versus Walsh, either press conference or post fight press conference, Mayweather said that Tevin Farmer had to avenge his loss against Pedraza, that Tank Davis was not next. And pretty much get some names under his belt. In fact, told him to go get the WBC belt, get that belt so we can unify the belt. Well, that's about to change now. I think it's a smart move because we at the point in time, I think wasn't Tevin Farmer ranked number four with the IBF for the 126 pounds?
I want to say number four, number five.
Okay, okay. So it's a good ranking. I don't know what Billy Dill's ranking is right now,
I think Billy
but
Dib was actually ranked higher than him. He is actually ranked ahead of him at like number three or something like that. Tevin Farmer is like number four or five.
okay. Well, hey,
Actually, let me
yeah,
double check for you now, just so we make sure we got that all out there.
all
Billy
right,
Dib is ranked number three, Tevin Farmer number six.
okay. And the reason why I say it's good for Tevin Farmer because with this, Floyd doesn't have the control. The sanctioning body does. So should and when Tevin Farmer beats Billy Dib, then the ball is in Mayweather and Tank Davis' court. Are they going to drop the belt when the mandatory status comes? Are they going to get stripped? What is it going to be? That's the question. We'll see though.
I mean,
In the
uh,
meantime,
did you see Gervonta's reaction to everything yesterday on? I guess it was Instagram.
you know what? I thought Tevin Farmer kept. He said what he kept doing. He just said, "Yeah, look at the eyes. Look at the eyes." And when you see Tank Davis' eyes, it went like his eyes went, "Oh shoot!" Like what? Yeah.
I mean,
It's like
Tank was saying he'll beat both Tevin Farmer and Billy Dib up in one night. They ain't got to do no title eliminator. So, I mean, Tank is talking pretty big already about it. He seems amped about the fight. There's been a lot of talk already brewing, and they had their little melee in DC during the Lomachenko fight weekend.
right,
Uh,
right, right, right.
there's definitely a lot of build up to this fight already. Like I agree with what you said. This is actually a good step up for Tevin Farmer in the build up. I actually thought he was going to take the WBC route because he was ranked number three there and could have taken on Orlando Salido, for a title eliminator to get that WC belt. But I guess the IBS stepped in and they did what they did. And I mean,
Hey.
make it even. It would have been better if it was for a title eliminator and had a little bit more time to build up. But I mean, what
Well, I
much,
think
much
you
more
still
build
get
up
time.
they need, you know?
I think right now you still have the fight to build up because if he beats Billy Dib, this gives Gervonta Davis a chance to fight somebody else to see where he's at. Too. The only risk in that is if Davis loses, Tank Tevin won't get a chance to fight Tank. He'll get the champion. You get what I'm saying? Unless there's a rematch clause.
I mean, do you see this as the biggest money fight option for Gervonta Davis? I mean, compared to his other option, and which would be what like a Corrales or Vasil Lomachenko, and Corrales is actually already scheduled to fight. I mean, Lomachenko will probably be his only other viable option as far as fighting somebody with a name, that can bring some paper to the table. So is this Tevin Farmer option probably the biggest, most bankable option for him?
In this point in time, yes. And the reason why I'm saying this is because, let's be honest, he's not ready for Lomachenko.
Yeah.
We'll know that'd be a total annihilation. But at the same time, we have to understand who Lomachenko's promoter is, Bob Aaron. Will Bob Aaron risk putting Lomachenko in there with Tank Davis? And I'm not saying that um, in the sense of that Lomachenko's scared. This is more on Aaron's side. He knows Tank Davis could pop and get your boy out, get people out of there. Just like Lomachenko can get people out there and stop them and make them quit. At the same time, though, Tank Davis is being trained at times by Floyd Mayweather. He's under Mayweather promotion. So that's not saying Tank is a new Mayweather, but he can learn the trick that could possibly that he could apply to beat Lomachenko.
Yeah,
Just saying.
definitely sometime down the line. I definitely don't see it right now.
Right.
Still a little bit green, and you can see he's got a lot of learning to do still.
Yeah.
But he definitely does have some potential down the line. To face to definitely be a big face in boxing. Considering who he's a protege of Floyd Mayweather, and who he has around him as far as his training and all that. So he's definitely a force to be reckoned with, and I expect even more from him in the future. The Lomachenko is definitely a lot more for him to bite off than he can chew right now, though. So the Tevin Farmer fight is definitely a real live dog, a real viable opponent, and I mean, I'm looking forward to it. It's just I'm wondering how much buildup is really needed for this one. It
I,
would have been nice if it was for a WBC IBF unification, and it would have given a Tevin Farmer a chance to build his name up a little bit more. Even though everybody in the real boxing circles know, I mean, outside of the casuals. So, I mean,
question. Since we are speaking on both fighters, what's your take if it would have went the WBC route? Do you think Tevin Farmer could have beat Orlando Salido?
oh yeah, most definitely. Tevin Farmer has a skill set that could beat Orlando Salido. As far as being a slickster, those are the kind of fighters that could give Salido the most trouble and make him look the silliest in the ring.
So
Um,
he beat Salido. He got to fight Burchill.
yeah, for the
That's
WBC belt, yeah.
and if he beats Burchill, you think he can beat Burchill?
Yeah, he could beat him. He has a skill set to beat both of those guys. I'm just saying that they're probably tougher fights. They're a whole lot
Yeah.
tougher than Billy Dib.
So
So
they're more rugged and they like to brawl.
yeah, they're definitely tougher fights on him, especially Burchill. I mean, yeah, they're both rough fights for him. He could win them, but they're
Yeah.
rough fights for him. And the Billy Dib fight is definitely an easier fight for him to win. And he gets on that stage. You know what I'm saying, to get to a title. So it's definitely a whole lot easier on him.
Yeah. And right now he's in the gym working out. After I would say after maybe a month after his right bicep surgery,
He was injured after his last fight, so I didn't know
fought,
he was.
fought with an injury too, because it happened. You could see it, and he showed the picture on his Instagram where that bicep was out of place. So the boy, I'm gonna say this, Tevin Farmer wants it. He didn't take it seriously at first. Now that he's working on his craft and he's consistent, it's bound to be some trouble, man.
Yeah, he's definitely an X factor in the division, man. The jury's still out on him with a lot of people. I think he's the goods as far as his skill set. He doesn't have a lot of pop, which I think is going to play into him possibly when they fight. If he does fight Tank Davis, I mean that might play into a lot of the game plan and strategy as far as what Tank throws out there. But
But Tank tends to gas out. We haven't seen Tank go 12 rounds.
yeah,
And,
yeah, but
and when you put all your power behind them shots, and don't get me wrong, he got speed, but if you missing, that's all your power. Eventually, he gonna get gassed out
those shots takes a lot, just as much energy out of you. So
just as you take it. But I want to quickly since we are talking about this division, let's talk about the person that Tate Davis beat real quick, Pedraza. He was supposed to fight Jamel Herring, right?
yeah, that fight is being canceled. We seen Jamil actually put it out there that fight was taken off the table. It was looking like it was going to be on the undercard. I think Broner and Garcia possibly.
Okay.
But yeah, that fight is being canceled. I guess Pedraza's team wanted to take on a lighter opponent in their comeback fight after the detained Davis KO in their first fight in a new division. They wanted to take on somebody, build up that their skill as far as they're being used to that weight. And they thought Jamel was a little bit too much to take on as far as their first fight at that weight class. I'm guessing.
Here's
So
my thing. I ain't never seen somebody get well, a fighter loses his belt, get his ass whooped, and then go up the next division. Now he don't want to take fights
yeah, and Jamel,
against you're a champ, you're a world champ, you're a former world champion.
yeah,
If that's the case, go get back from Tank then.
yeah.
Go get your belt back.
Necessarily, Herring's still in the prospect phase. He lost who was it? I believe Dennis Shafikov. Actually, yeah, that was actually who he was stopped by. So he's been in there against a rugged guy in Shafikov, but I mean he hasn't had a signature win yet either. So I mean, I think it would have been a fight
And
for
this
Pedraza to take, and I'm surprised that he did, his team declined it.
is this the same Dennis Shatnikoff that's going against
Robert Easter, yeah.
okay, wow. And you said he's in the prospect stage.
Yeah, that was his step up fight against Shafikov actually, and Shafikov tuned him out, man.
Wow.
So I mean, it's definitely. I think it would have been a good fight. Jamel wants to stay in the mix as far as keeping his name out there. Pedraza hasn't been on that stage yet at 135 yet, so I think it would have been a good fight for him. But I could also understand his team wanting to take on somebody, a little bit, just to get acclimated to the division. But that is
But
surprising.
he's a prospect, but he's a dangerous prospect.
Yeah, yeah,
Ian Herring. Okay,
yeah.
okay,
So it might have
okay.
been one of those high risk, low reward things, to where coming off a loss, moving up in the
All right.
division. It's not something that was best for their Pedraza's team right now. With that said, I guess we're gonna go into our next topic, man. Eddie Hearn is putting out there that we can possibly see in December Tony Bellew versus David Haye rematch. Um, I'm actually not opposed to this one, considering what happened in the first fight. Let me go ahead
Yeah,
and Nora's take as far as your initial thoughts on this possibly being a fight that comes to fruition.
I do feel like David Hayes should get a rematch because I felt that the fight was stopped. And it was stopped in the 11th round. He could have gone 3 more minutes. He had, and let's give credit where credit's due. He fought within it after the 5th round. From that point on, it was no point in even throwing battalion in that 11th round. If that was the case, you should have thrown like I think 2K said should have called the fight right then and there at the 5th round, at the end of the fifth. With that being said, I would like to see David Haye get his get back against Tony Bellew, and hopefully, I mean, I don't think it's a bad fight. It's technically, I hate to say it, because it's a rivalry now. So with that rivalry, that builds money for the UK, and hopefully we'll get the fireworks and you get to see a better David Haye against Tony Bellew.
Yeah, it's definitely a fight worth making considering how it was stopped with Hay getting injured in the first one. I like to see how he would have done, with a fair shake and not being injured. After what, round 4 or 5, I believe he tore his Achilles or whatever.
Yeah, around four or five. Yeah.
Yeah, so he fought pretty much on one leg most of the fight, and Bellow was able to take advantage of it. Bellow seems pretty hype about the stoppage considering he was fighting a one-legged opponent. So I definitely think it's worthy of a rematch. It's just wondering if David Haye will be in condition to actually go the whole 12.
I'm, when was that fight? That was in March, right?
Yeah.
Uh, and I'm not comparing people. When I'm comparing the injury. When Kobe tore his Achilles, how long was he out? I'm just using it as an example. How long was he out? He didn't come back to like the next season, right?
So,
Kobe Bryant.
oh yeah, he was definitely done the rest of the year when that happened.
He didn't come back. And how many months was that?
Well, you got to think between the NBA season and when Kobe got injured, he got injured like the beginning of the beginning of the second half, which was like February. Season starts again in October, late
So
November.
that's March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. That's 10 months. And you're talking from March, so that's March 4th. So that's April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November,
That's
December. That's
possible
11 months. That's not no, that's not 11 months. That's excuse me,
9 months.
9 months.
And without a tune-up, man. So I mean,
Do you think you really need a tune up though for that to test that Achilles, or he can't test in this farm?
I think it. You know what? Did you make a good point? He probably can test it in sparring. Um, but he hasn't been that active in the ring either. So that's another thing. He hasn't had that many fights in his comeback. So I'm thinking it may be a good idea to.
He still owes Shannon Briggs a fight. Shoot.
Ain't no telling what's gonna happen with Shannon. He got his whole pending PED thing going. It might be.
Well, you know what it was? He got asthma and the steroid in his asthma medication.
That's what the
That's
he
what popped up.
was that.
Huh?
That's what his test came back for was his inhaler.
That's what he's been saying. Because you notice ain't nobody else saying anything else.
I mean,
He's
I
been fighting with.
gotta wait till the investigation is done. I know right now the fight's canceled, so I mean until WBA concludes their investigation.
Hey, hey, don't be surprised if WBA puts some kind of bullshit and have that WBA record title have against Bellew and hey, I'm
Oh,
just talking
uh,
shit, but that would be funny as hell though. You know.
the Eddie Hearn special, even though it
Right.
time, but yeah, that'll be something straight out of Eddie Hearn's book, man. If it happened, um, Bellew's been making a whole lot of other rumbles talking about he wants to fight Deontay Wilder too. So I mean, outside of that David Haye fight, I don't know how much he can compete at heavyweight. He'll be
You
like
know what?
Parker.
He can fight Joseph Parker. I think that's the only person I think he can probably
Yeah,
get a heavyweight. And I'm not saying he'll win, but I think Bellew need to probably go back to cruiserweight and maybe possibly go back to even light heavyweight. But man, that's neither here nor there, man. He ain't got no chance against Deontay
usually,
Wilder. That reach, that range, and that power.
yeah, I don't think there's a chance against the bigger guys at heavyweight. I mean, Joseph Parker is around his size, and he doesn't have a big punch, so I think that might be his most viable option. As
Right.
as fighting a Wilder or Joshua or anybody else at heavyweight, I don't think he fares too well against that size and reach. Um, he got knocked out at light heavyweight, so I mean, yeah, these guys could actually crack. They're naturally built heavyweights. They're not coming up from cruiser like David Haye was, and all that either. These guys have natural ability at heavyweight to crack. So I mean, it's a whole different story getting of getting hit by guys that size up there. Um, so we'll see what happens, man, with the rematch. But I think Bellow's definitely interested in remaining at heavyweight, considering the shape of the cruiserweight division right now. Even though he held the title that he dropped, I think he was on the outside looking in, even with them, with the cruiserweight division. So we'll see what happens. Uh, we're gonna go into our last topic, which is a little bit of an update on a fight that was coming up this week. Claressa Shields was actually in line to face another opponent this weekend. Um, it was supposed to be, I believe, forgot Mary Rancier. That was her original opponent slated.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
looking
that
like,
was a
so it's looking like she's going to be facing Sydney LeBlanc as a replacement opponent on Friday. And they're going to be fighting for the WBC silver title. Claressa already holds the NABF middleweight title, so she'll be trying to get the WBC silverweight title with this one.
So
Um,
is this the WBA?
no,
Wait, she fights
WBC.
at super middleweight. No, okay, excuse me, WBC. She fights at super middleweight, right?
Yeah, well, she won that middleweight as far as her other title, but I believe this fight was supposed to be at super middleweight.
Okay, so she won the because just give me clarification. She won the NABF,
Middle,
right?
yeah, middleweight.
Middleweight. Then you move up to super middleweight and get a shot at the WBC silver.
Yeah.
Who's that 2K saying they want her to fight?
Christina Hammer.
And what division is she in?
She's a super middleweight, I believe.
That is uh, when I say this fast track, this is real fast track. I feel like they're trying to put it out there to get I hate to say it, to get slaughtered quickly.
Yeah,
I don't know if you, and I say it because I got, you know what, we about controversy, so I'm gonna say for what it is. She's a two-time Olympic gold, African American two-time Olympic gold medalist, and I feel like this may be for the slot because if she gets beat by Christy Hammer, look for the Steve Kims, the Dan right field, and the Chris Mannings to slaughter her in the media. That's my prediction here. At 9:25 Central Time on June 14, 2017. Remember that. If she loses against Hammer, Washington 3 try to slaughter her in the media.
I mean, it's kind of unfair to put her in there against a Christina Hammer right now, man. Christina Hammer's got close to 20 pro fights, and like she can fight her ass off, man. I know another fight they've been looking for is her going against Maricela Cornejo, which I think might be a build up to Christina Hammer. Maricela Cornejo is like ranked number 3, a couple of spots behind Christina Hammer. She's probably just as inexperienced as Claressa as a pro, but
Yeah, she got a couple losses on her, and she's there in that division as well as another person who I'm surprised that nobody's talking. I'm not saying she's with TMT, but she's a couple prospect in Latondria Jones.
Latondra Jones, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I think I forgot what division she's fighting in though. Is
super
she
middleweight.
okay? Oh wow, that's pretty interesting.
Right now, the names we're seeing, and there's probably some other names too. That we should be watching. But right now, that division is looking like it's got some up and coming prospects that's gonna make a problem.
Yeah,
But
I
I
think
need to.
you need to take their time with Claressa though. She's shown that she's still fighting at an amateur's pace. She punches herself out. And I mean, just making sure she's able to pace herself over the distance of a fight. They need to work on that with her more than anything. Because I noticed in her last fight, she punched herself out a couple times and was tired, and she's not necessarily got that one punch knockout power, even though she could hit you with devastating blows. I mean, her opponents have been able to withstand them so far. So, I mean, they need to learn how to pace that a little bit better, especially if they're going to put her, fast track her to fight Christina Hammer. The way it's looking like, because that's definitely be a quick fight. That's going to be one that goes the distance, and she needs to know how to pace herself through that
Yeah.
mentally as well. You got anything you want to add about it, about this one?
No, man, I don't like that they fast tracking her. That's all, man. I would like to wish they would pace her. Don't you gave her? I like if they would have kept her in the middleweight division, let her get a title, a couple titles there, and do like a Farid, Annabelle Farid,
Yeah,
and did like that. She won the belt, but I'm gonna step up against the top dog in the super middleweight division. I would like to see a nice good build up. I mean, is that wrong to say that? After that, in the women's
no,
division,
not at all. Not at
she's
all.
got a name. She got a name. She got a name, and she's shedding light. But keep her in the middleweight division. Now, if she can't, I feel like this fight until she can't. If she says she can't make weight no more, or until she get a belt, a solid, a nice one of them belts, and then be like, you know what? And then she had a couple defenses, and then catch Hammer before she leaves the division or try to make a bout. You know what I'm saying? Give
Yeah,
her some
they could
experience.
actually build this one a whole lot more, especially with the steam that women's boxing is getting right now. It's
Yeah,
starting to gain. Christina Hammer's still relatively unknown unless you're a boxing, fan of boxing, not a casual. Um, so I think it's a fight that definitely could be built, especially here in the states. Especially they're looking to bring Cecilia Brackets over to the U.S. in her next fight. So I mean, they need to build upon those kind of things to let this brew. Especially, Clarissa's only 2 fights into her career. They can let this brew a little bit longer, man. They don't
yeah,
need to.
yeah. I totally agree with you, man. You don't even need to rush. I think eventually, if with Cecilia coming to the U.S., getting her some exposure over here, and hopefully, I would love to see her and Claressa Shields on the same card.
That
Even
would
a,
actually be
even a
the
Hammer, even Christine Hammer. If you're going to promote this fight between them two, have them on that same card. And I say that because you'll get the exposure. You can throw a couple guys in there too. Some solid names that people gonna watch and put that card on Showtime. What women's battle like 10 rounds, right? Full 10 rounds, right? Throw that, yeah, 10 rounds. You going? I say a couple, either two or three, and you have a gap in the card. That's all. So
yeah. That's definitely a good idea, man. To put them on the same card, that's the best way to build up. We've seen it in the past, as far as fighters appearing on the same card. We're gonna see it with the Quadras and
Strada
name,
and Strada.
yeah, Strata. They're gonna be on the same card as Chocolatito and Ringside in their rematch to build up to that fight. So I mean, it's a good idea, man, to put them on the same card. But with that said, man, I guess we're gonna get up out of here. But before we do, we're gonna let do the handle things as far as social media. Bernard, where can we catch you during the week or the talking boxing?
Okay, I'm gonna put out the guy's handles. Get cool. You can find him on Facebook at Colossal Boxing Talk. He got a group and a page. So follow him there. You can follow 2K, the prodigy of boxing, on his new channel on YouTube. And he said fuck Twitter, so I'm gonna throw his Twitter handle out there anyway. It's Boxing Guys, capital B, capital G. You can find my partner, Bo, aka Cubano de Casual, at soup underscore fact box one, capital T and capital F on Twitter and lowercase on Instagram. You can follow me at the movement on Instagram, DAMUVMENTBP, and you can follow me on Twitter at the movement boxing, capital D, capital MUVMENT, capital BOXING. And we all are in the groups of Eastwick Boxing with Willie the Kid, Shad, Samuel, D, Angie, Chris. You can find us in We Eat, Live, Sleep Boxing. You can find us. We also got a Facebook group, so join the Facebook group, The Movement Boxing.
Mhm.
Facebook group. Join that group. We in there. We'll talk boxing with you. We also in the SSS boxing talk, talking boxing and bullshit. Uh, Ring IQ boxing and some couple other groups. You know, we lay low. We pop out when the casuals start talking that nonsense. And I want to say this. Hey, we will. You know what? Definitely want to see y'all in the group, the Facebook group, chopping it up for the War Kovalev fight. That's the fight I'm looking forward to this weekend, as well as the Flores and Rigo fight. So let's look for that fight. Let's support boxing. Two technicians, pound for pound guys on the same card. Man, I'm gonna pass it to the Black Victor Newman. They call
Yeah.
me the Black Sonny Corinto.
There's been they've been saying there's been a lackluster promotion leading up to this Ward Kovalev rematch. Me,
I disagree. I disagree. I think
the fight sells itself to me, and Kovalev and all this talking is kind of. I kind of feel like it's been doing enough for me.
the trainer, the storylines behind it has been so crazy that I think the storyline of the trainer, the fact that Ward, it's been all that little content. It's the story that's killing. Like, yo, what's going to happen in this fight now?
Yeah,
That's
so
why I said,
I think there's been a lot of promotion to it. To me personally, in the background, it just hasn't,
right, right.
like a blockbuster fight that it should be,
They
considering
didn't do it with the first one. They didn't do it with the first one. They
But
did it with the first one. So the
yeah,
first, but we both were at that one. So
yeah. This one is actually at Mandalay Bay in a smaller venue, but I think the first one should have been at Mandalay too. Like I don't think it should have been at T-Mobile anyway. But we'll see how the promotion goes. I'm excited for the fight. I'm excited to see Rigo this weekend, and we'll be talking about it this weekend on the Movement Boxing podcast on Sunday. So you'll be able to catch all of us there on Sunday. Until then, I'm trying to divine liberty. Fooddraft.com and the Movement Boxing podcast. We catch y'all on Sunday, man.